that is trajectory of a projectile is a parabola. So this question is famous as a parabola question. So this is the most important question in your first year physics textbook, and this is from the motion in a plane topic. Okay, so here projectile. So what is the projectile? So if any body thrown on the earth, so on the earth's gravity, within the gravitational field of the earth, if any body is thrown other than 90 degrees with the horizontal, so then that body is called as projectile. So now the path of the body, so whenever we can throw that at a point from the throwing point and finally the falling point, so the total path of the body, path of the projectile is in which shape? Parabolic shape. So now we have to prove that path is parabola. The projectile's path is parabola. So that is proved literally in this question. Okay. So now here I can draw the picture here. So this is the origin. So here I can throw some projectile. So I can throw some projectile with initial velocity. U. So I can throw some projectile with some initial velocity u and some angle theta with the horizontal, and some angle theta with the horizontal. So then the projectile is finally falls onto the ground. Why it will be falls onto the ground? So due to influence of the gravitational force. So the total path is in which shape? Parabolic shape. So, but here we can prove mathematically that shape is parabolic shape. So that is our task. So here I can throw some projectile, some body with some initial velocity u and some angle theta with the horizontal. So then I can take the resultant velocity direction like this. Resultant velocity direction like this. So this is the x-axis, this is the y-axis. X-axis, y-axis. So therefore the resultant vector is exactly at the middle of the x and the y. So this is the resultant velocity direction u. So here this resultant velocity can be split into two directions. One is the horizontal direction and another one is the vertical one. So here the horizontal one is ux and vertical one is called as uy. So this resultant velocity u can be divided into two components. One is the horizontal component ux, another one is the vertical component uy. So this is the maximum height point. So this point is the maximum height point of the parabola, maximum height point of the projectile. So maximum height reached by the projectile. So at any point, so from the origin to the maximum point, at any point on the parabola, so the resultant vector can be resolved into two components. One is the horizontal one, another one is the vertical one. So here also I can write like this. This is the ux. This is the uy. So at any point from origin to maximum height point, at any point you can take the resultant velocity. The velocity of the body projectile can be divided into two components. One is the horizontal component, another one is the vertical component. So why? Because from point origin to maximum height point, so the body, the projectile moves vertically and as well as horizontally. So that's why the resultant velocity can be divided into horizontal component ux and vertical component uy, and that vertical component is in upward direction. Why? Because from O to maximum point, so the body is increases its height gradually. So but at maximum height point, at maximum height point, the projectile has only horizontal component, not vertical component. Why? Because that is the maximum point. It doesn't move in upward direction. This is the maximum point. So that's why there is no vertical direction. Only at maximum point it has horizontal direction. So from this maximum point to the falling point, here falling point, so the entire path, so it will be gradually, the height of the projectile is gradually decreases. So that's why it is from the maximum point to the falling point, reach to the ground point. So at any point, so the horizontal direction is in this one and vertical direction is downwards, So from origin to middle of the path, that means the maximum height point, the vertical direction of the projectile is in upward direction. Why? Because the height of the it will move height, and the height of the body is gradually increases. But from the maximum point to ground reached point, so the height of the projectile is gradually decreases and finally it reaches to the fall onto the ground. So that's why from maximum point to the ground reaching point, the vertical direction is in downward direction. But here you must and should remember, at the maximum height point it has only horizontal direction, not it doesn't have any vertical direction. So this is our diagram. For the projectile. The projectile thrown certain angle with the horizontal, then it will be fall onto the ground in a parabolic path. So now we have to prove this is the parabola. Okay, that is our task. So now here the resultant velocity can be split into two components. So first we consider horizontal component. So horizontal direction. So for horizontal direction, u can be considered as horizontal ux, right? So ux. So that means ux equal to u cos theta. So horizontal component, already you knew that for horizontal component we can take cos theta, for vertical component we can take sin theta. So here initially we consider only horizontal direction. So for horizontal direction ux, u cos theta, ux equal to u cos theta. And for horizontal direction, so there is no acceleration due to gravity. Acceleration due to gravity. The acceleration due to gravity of the earth is always acts in downward direction. So that's why here we consider only horizontal direction. So for horizontal, there is no acceleration due to gravity is applicable on the projectile. So that's why for horizontal, acceleration due to gravity can be taken as 0. Okay, and these and s can be taken as x here. So for horizontal means x-axis. So the displacement s can be taken as for horizontal as x. Why? Because it is on the x-axis. Okay. So all these three values are substitute in the kinematic second equation, displacement equation, that is s equal to ut plus half at square. So we can substitute all these three values in the kinematic displacement equation, S equal to ut plus half at square. So already we know that we have three kinematic equations. V equal to u plus at, S equal to ut plus half at square, v square minus u square equal to 2as, right? So in the displacement equation is only one and only displacement equation we have, that is S equal to ut plus half at square. So all these above values are substituted in this equation, right? So in place of S we can write x. So x equal to here u cos theta and t plus half a means 0 t square. So in place of a we can substitute 0. So that's why this entire term will be equal to 0. Half 0 into t square is 0. So only here we can get u cos theta into t and t equal to x by u cos theta. So this is the equation number 1. Okay. So for horizontal direction, ux equal to u cos theta, s equal to x, but a is equal to 0. Why? Because a is only applicable in the vertical downward direction. So all these values substitute in kinematics displacement equation, s equal to ut plus half at square. Finally we get t equal to x by u cos theta. So now we will solve the equation for vertical direction. Okay. So for vertical direction, okay. So for vertical direction, u can be taken as uy. So uy means u sin theta. So vertical component can be taken as sin theta. Horizontal component can be taken as cos theta. Already we know that. Here a is applicable, acceleration due to gravity is applicable on the body. So that's why a equal to minus g. We can take minus. Why minus g? So the body goes in upward direction, but the acceleration due to gravity is always acts in the downward direction. So that's why we can take here minus sign. So a equal to minus g. And s can be taken as y. So for vertical direction, s can be taken. S means displacement. The displacement can be taken as y. So all these values is again substituting s equal to ut plus half at square. So we get what? So s equal to ut plus half at square. So we get y equal to u sin theta into t minus half gt square. So this is the equation number 2. So in place of u we can write u sin theta. So t. So here a means minus g. So minus g means minus half gt square. Okay. Here g is called acceleration due to gravity, and the acceleration due to gravity of the earth value is how much? 9.8 meter per second square. 9.8 meter per second square. Already we knew that value, very very important. Well, acceleration due to gravity of the earth, g, small g is equal to 9.8 meter per second square. So now the horizontal equation is t equal to x by u cos theta. The vertical equation for vertical direction, which equation we get? Y equal to u sin theta t minus half gt. So now the t value from equation 1 can be substituted on the equation 2. So t value, so equation 1 substitute in equation 2. So equation 1, in equation 1 what we get? T value. So that t value can be substituted in equation 2. So then what we get? So y equal to so u sin theta and t. So t means here what? X by u cos theta. So x by u cos theta, minus half g x by u cos theta whole square, x by u cos theta. So in place of t, just we can substitute x by u cos theta value from equation 1. So here u cancel, here u cancel. So finally what we get, sin theta by cos theta, that means tan theta, sin theta by cos theta, that means tan theta into x. So minus half, so here half g into x square by u square cos square theta. So here x by u cos theta whole square means x square by u square cos square theta. So here finally, so how we can write here, you can observe that only the x and x square terms can be right on the outside the bracket. The remaining all the terms are right in the within the bracket. So x and x square are right in outside the bracket, remaining all the term right side inside the bracket. Okay, so here already x is at outside the bracket in this, so tan theta x, so minus here g by 2u square cos square theta, so right in the bracket, but x square is right in the outside of the bracket. So only, so how we can write here, only x and x square terms are right on the outside the bracket, the remaining all the term is right inside the bracket. Here half g means g by 2, right? Half g means g by 2 u square cos square theta. I can get it out the x square from the bracket. Okay, so here put, so tan theta is equal to a, and g by 2u square cos square theta can be taken as b. So whatever the terms in the brackets are there, so here tan theta is there, so tan theta can be treated as a, and the g by 2u square cos square theta can be treated as b. A, b are constant. So then finally what we get, y equal to ax minus bx square, ax minus bx square. So y equal to ax minus bx square is represents which one in the mathematics? This equation represents a parabola. This equation y equal to x minus bx square. So the parabola equation is in the form of y equal to x minus bx square in mathematics. So that's why y equal to x minus bx square. So hence we proved. Hence we proved. So what we proved? So this is represents the what? Which one? Parabola. So in mathematics, this equation ax minus bx square equation, y equal to x minus bx square equation represents the parabola. The parabola equation is like this. So that's why hence we proved. What is that? So if any projectile is thrown certain angle theta with the horizontal in the air within the gravitational field of the earth, so definitely the path of that projectile is in which shape? Parabolic shape. So this is about the question. Hence finally we proved that the path is parabolic shape. Okay, is it clear everybody? So very simple and very important question. So first we can derive the equation for horizontal. Second, we can derive the equation for vertical. So the first equation can be substituted on the second equation and put a constant a and constant b. Then finally we get the equation ax minus bx square. So it's a very simple question. Simple question. So don't be treated as a tough question. It is a very simple question. So this is about a parabola question. This is one of the most important questions in your first year physics textbook. Okay, is it clear everybody? Thank you. This is Kranti signing off.